What happens when you put a Wish.com turbo on a Walmart motorcycle?
Today we're going to show you how to put a turbo on a motorcycle engine, and then we're going to take it around this track to see if it goes any faster or it's going to catch fire like it did last time.
Oh, God. Run away!
Welcome to Donut. A couple months ago, we bought this motorcycle from Walmart and decided to put NOS on it.
And a bunch of you freaks in the comments wanted to see us put a tiny turbo on it. So
we went out, got the best turbo money could buy on Wish.com. So this is the VZ21 mini turbocharger for small engines, snowmobiles, motorcycles, ATVs, RHB 31, fit for Alto Lig. Whatever the heck that means. $218.59. We didn't get gaskets, we didn't get flanges. Those are all things that we're gonna have to make ourselves. No instructions, as per usual.
true. And I gotta be honest, this costs $20 more than the turbo on the Miata.
Yeah, and it's going on a Coleman mini bike that makes single-hand digit horsepower potentially.
Not for long.
Yeah. First impression.
Tiny.
It's very tiny. Look at that. It's just gonna be. So the way this works is like any other turbo. Exhaust gases come in this port, spins this turbine. That turbine is attached to what we call the compressor wheel. That compressor wheel pulls air in, shoots it out this hole right here. That hole goes directly into your engine. You have nice compressed air. It's gonna give you more power when you mix it with more fuel. Now, here are some problems that I can already see that we're gonna have to tackle when we put this turbo on our mini bike. First things first, this turbo is for a car, not a motorcycle. So we're gonna have to somehow manufacture fittings and some piping that mate up to our Coleman mini bike. Second problem, you need an oiling system to make sure that this thing doesn't friggin' completely seize up. Now, that is tough on a little bike like that, so we gotta create our own oiling system that's separate from the oiling system on the engine. And our biggest problem, Joby, is we have to use one of these.
Uh-oh.
We're running a carburetor. We don't have fancy fuel injection to match our air-fuel ratio and make up for the added air we're getting. There's two main ways at which you can set it up. You can do what's called a blow-through system, which is where the pressurized air from the turbo goes through the carburetor into the intake manifold. Or there's called a draw-through system, and that is where air gets sucked through the end of the carburetor into the turbo, and then that air-fuel mixture is compressed and sent into the intake. And one of the benefits of doing a draw-through system is that we don't have to create a pressurized box to keep this carburetor from seeing a lot of additional pressure from the turbo.
Are there any negatives to that setup?
Yeah. What we have to do with a draw-through is move this carburetor in a separate spot that's not where it's supposed to be, which means we're gonna have to fabricate some extra pieces and parts. But you know what? You got none but time. Shall we?
Indeed.
Oh!
If you have a phone and love gaming, then you should be playing today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Discover new tactics as you customize your team to battle against awesome bosses, campaign battles, and PvP arena matches. Right now, Raid has over 650 completely unique champions, and the most common way to get new champions is by summoning them from shards at the portal. Just scan the QR code and get started. Whether it's a sacred shard, void shard, or ancient shard, you'll be able to summon epic champions, and if you're lucky, you'll even summon one of the rare legendary champions. Raid is dropping a big update that includes a new season of the Forge Pass, the Plarium Points program where you can earn in-game goodies including a legendary champion, plus so much more. And in preparation for Raid's 4th anniversary celebration, they're launching the humongous 4th anniversary Titan event. This special event will last for several weeks and gives you the chance to earn anniversary points by competing in special themed events. But wait, they've released an all-new legendary champion based on MMA and pro wrestling legend Ronda Rousey. Now, whether you're a new player or a longtime player, you can get Ronda for free. All you've got to do is log in and play Raid for 7 days between now and February 20th. Now, to celebrate Ronda's arrival in Raid, you can also use the special code RAIDRONDA to get a bunch of helpful stuff like a 3-day 100% XP boost, 500,000 silver, and 5 full energy refills. If you haven't started playing Raid yet, just click the link below or scan the QR code on screen to get unique bonuses worth $35. We're talking about a free Epic Champion Jotun, 100,000 silver, 50 gems, and 2 epic skill tomes. All this treasure will be waiting for you here.
Okay, so with everything out of the way, we can kind of imagine where we want this thing to sit. We want the outlet of the charged air to be going across here so we can turn it into the intake. So we're gonna want this thing to be sort of like this. We need room for the carb, try to keep some room for the leg of the rider. The next step is gonna be freeing our flange off our original exhaust. Like Jerry said earlier, we don't have any flanges, gaskets, or anything, so we gotta make them. Cut! All right, now let me weld on top of all these open fuel lines.
That's good right there. I like that. That's perfect.
I'm sending it right now. Ready? Yeah. Hey, now that's a turbo.
We're making a boost over here.
Just got done making this little downpipe. Pretty cool. So now I'm going to start working on getting the charged air into the engine. So we've got a flange made here. I'm just going to use more of this mild steel because I have a bunch of it. So I'm going to bend some of that up, and that'll be a big step.
Now with our new carburetor, they gave us a little intake manifold, a little aluminum piece. So what we'll do is fab up another bracket. This will go just like that. Boom, carb to that.
It's going to look like it was meant to be.
F***ing hell, man, it's hot as shit.
Well, yeah.
Turbo on, check. Carburetor on, check. And then the real trouble starts, the oiling system. We just got our parts in, our little oil reservoir tank. Look at that beauty. We got our fittings attached to it. I don't know where we're gonna put this thing. Maybe I mount it right like this to my chest with a bungee cord from that hole to that hole. And I just wear it.
Generally speaking, it's like gravity feed, so like the sump needs to be below, like it needs to drain back to lower than the turbo.
Here, I could put it over here.
I mean, honestly, that would probably be more ideal.
This is a dangerous spot down here.
Well, we're running out of undangerous spots.
I mean, if I
This whole bike's a bomb, brother.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. That looks really solid. I don't know.
Oh my God, what are we doing?
I mean,
This is gonna be great.
this is turning into a monstrosity.
Jerry, this has been a monstrosity from the start. It's Wednesday today. We're supposed to be at the track on Friday, which means bike done by tomorrow evening. So we really have about 24 hours from now. And now that I say that, I'm kind of concerned about making it to the track. I just think there's probably gonna be some unforeseen issues with how it's running and stuff like that. And I think there's gonna be a little more tweaking than we're anticipating and allotting time for. But we have a whole day, so I think we're gonna make it.
Nice. Okay, so right now I have our oil pump. Now this is going to be what's creating pressure going into our turbo. This pump has a pretty high PSI rating. It's around 140 PSI. That's too much for that little turbo. So we have to use this, which is a pressure regulator. So oil will be resting here in the tank. This pump will pump it to the pressure regulator. Pressure regulator limits it to 40 PSI. That 40 PSI goes to the turbo, drains out of the turbo, comes back into the tank, and that process is constantly recirculating while it's running. Will this work? Don't know. I engineered it, so it should work flawlessly. Ow!
Oh God!
Oh God!
Run away!
Oh! There we go. Now we're cooking with a little bit of freaking gas and steam. Like I designed it that way.
Like a glore.
All right, you ready?
Oh, she's gonna go, dude.
It is beautiful. That's a nice, healthy stream.
Okie dokie. Oil system officially on. Should we try to fire her up real quick?
I think it is that time.
Okay, let's do it. Joe, what do you think? First pull?
Yes. So we're thinking we might have a little issue with starting up with this setup because now the carburetor is way further away from the engine. So all the fuel is coming through that carburetor and it needs to get to the engine to start the thing up. And that's probably gonna at least take a bunch of pulls to make that happen, to get that stuff all the way through and into the engine.
I know how to solve our problem.
Oh, how?
We got this big blue tank right here.
Yeah. Nitrous as starting fluid.
Nitrous as our starting fluid. We just tap this directly into our line. It's further downhill. We just
That, I mean, I love that.
Come on, you little.
We're close. The wiring is pretty much done. Everything's in the right place. There's a turbo on the bike. The thing might start.
Okay, so here's the process. This switch, oil pump.
Yes.
This switch, nitrous and fuel.
Yes.
This switch under here, oil pump.
Yes.
Okay.
Give her a yank, dude.
Why do I feel like I need to hold my
I don't know,
when
I'll
I
hang
pull
on to the
this?
bike. Do I need to back up? Yes. All right, let's see her.
Okay, we're here at Apple Valley Speedway. I'm feeling pretty good. I think we did a good job. The only thing I'm worried about is I really like this thigh right here, you know, and it's pretty close.
I made you a heat shield.
I know you did. You made me a heat shield. That's great.
Yeah,
If it explodes, it's just going to be shards of metal. The last time this bike stock did 21 miles an hour top speed, and it got to 18 miles an hour in a blistering 3.9 seconds.
Interesting stat.
Yes. Nitrous top speed of 28, 29 miles an
Oh,
hour.
that was pretty good then.
Right? Acceleration of 0 to 18 in about 3 seconds.
Oh, even better.
Because this is so dangerous, I went out and I got me some protection gear, the finest of the finest. So I'm gonna go put that on, we're gonna start this up, and then we're gonna go. All right, I got my bike. I have my $10,000 race suit on, my $2,000 helmet. I think I'm safe, yeah?
You're a couple $100 bike. Yeah, I think you're good.
Okay, all right, let's get cranked up.
There he goes. Holy crap.
It sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty healthy. Jerry's on his first shakedown run. That's the first the bike has moved since we put the turbo on it, and it looked like he was moving pretty quick.
Damn, we made boost.
Really?
Yeah. We made like 2 PSI.
That's all we could hope for.
Heck yeah. Yeah, let's get the speed gun.
I'm honestly kind of surprised.
All right, hit it. miles an hour. Hey, that's pretty significantly better, almost 20%.
All right, 32. Well, let's do it again.
Yeah, let's see 33. Come on. A blistering 34 miles an hour. You got some extra noises?
I saw some sparks.
And I hear some grinding. Was it from the clutch maybe?
I don't know. You hear it? The clutch inside. Something must have busted off in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Well, I would say that this is a success.
Smashing success.
Smashing success. I hit what, 30 what?
34 at the top.
34. Coincidence?
I think not.
I think not, baby. What should we do next to our little mini bike?
Oh no.
I'm thinking we put a jet on it. What do you think? Thanks for watching Donut. Later.